The sun, our vital source of light and energy, the lifeblood of our solar system, disappears in the blink of an eye. But the truth is, nothing would change immediately. For the next 8.5 minutes, life on Earth would remain unaware of the catastrophe that just occurred. You would still feel the warmth of sunlight on your skin, hear birds chirping in the trees, and see the familiar daylight stretching across the sky. But what happens after that? Although the sun has vanished, Earth would continue orbiting its location for a while. Why? Gravity doesn't travel instantaneously. The gravitational pull the sun exerts on the Earth travels at the speed of light. It's only when the last bit of sunlight fades that the Earth's path would start to change. In about 8.5 minutes, we'd feel the effects of the sun's disappearance. Earth would start drifting into space at 18 miles per second. Without the sun's pull, we'd be sent tumbling away into the cold, dark expanse of the universe. At the very same moment that sunlight vanishes, the moon would go dark. It's been reflecting the sun's light for billions of years, but now it would fall into an eternal night. No longer would it be the bright companion in the sky, merely a shadow in a suddenly silent universe. Within just 1 week, the Earth's average temperature would plummet to a chilling 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The days of warmth are gone forever. The world's ecosystems would start to break down as plants, the first life forms dependent on sunlight, begin to wither and die. By the end of the first year, the temperature would dip to minus 150 degrees. It wouldn't stop there. As the planet drifts further from the sun's warmth, temperatures would continue to drop, eventually stabilizing at minus 400 degrees Fahrenheit, the frigid depths of space. Without the sun, life on Earth would slowly fade away. The small plants at the bottom of the food chain would perish first, unable to survive without sunlight. Larger plants, like trees, might survive for decades thanks to their slower metabolism, but eventually even they would die. In time, most animals would succumb to the cold and lack of food, with only scavengers left behind. The food chain would collapse, and Earth would be filled with nothing but cold, silence, and the desperate remains of life. But there's one place on Earth where life could persist. The deep oceans, shielded by thick layers of ice, would hold on to warmth thanks to geothermal vents. Here, the organisms that thrive in these vents would remain unaffected by the sun's disappearance. These survivors would continue to live, as they have for millions of years, without sunlight. But these survivors would be the exception, not the rule. The rest of Earth would slowly freeze over, becoming a dead, frozen world, drifting endlessly through the void of space. Earth, now a frozen chunk of rock, would float in space for millions of years. Eventually, it might collide with another object, or maybe it would be pulled into a distant star's orbit. But it's unlikely. Instead, Earth would continue its lonely journey, tumbling through space, with no warmth, no light, and no life, just an abandoned, frozen shell. The last remaining pockets of life would be around the geothermal vents deep under the ocean. Here, in complete darkness, life would go on. Bacteria and other organisms that don't need sunlight to survive would continue to thrive, isolated from the rest of the planet. These creatures would continue their existence in this frozen wasteland, completely unaware of the vast, empty world above them. As billions of years pass, Earth would become a silent, dead world, drifting through space as a ghost of what it once was. In the end, without the sun, Earth's fate is sealed. Life as we know it would cease to exist. The planet would drift, cold and lifeless, a testament to the fragility of life in our vast universe. And so, Earth would become just another frozen rock in the endless void, never again to experience the warmth of a rising sun. This is the harsh reality of what would happen if the sun were to vanish. A world without warmth, without light, without life. A frozen relic of a once thriving planet, lost in the vast, endless expanse of the universe. But don't worry, the sun isn't going anywhere anytime soon. For now, we're safe. But it's always worth remembering how precious the sun really is, and how completely dependent we are on it. So, next time you step outside and feel the warmth of the sun, remember how vital it really is. If you enjoyed this glimpse into a world without it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more mind-blowing what-if scenarios. Stay curious, and thanks for watching.